Yo, what's up? You already see the title. I am probably gonna skip Leora because of this reason. My first reasoning behind summoning her is because I thought she was going to be good in Kronos. She was going to replace Ggez, but it turns out her AI is kind of stupid. Hopefully I can replicate it in the first run. But yeah, basically, on the second phase, she has a chance to use the S3 on the front ads instead of the main guy. So let's see if she does it. Okay, this time she does it on the main dude. This is not a video about whether her damage is enough to cleave the second wave. It's not really the point of it. I think she's able to at R4 pretty easily, at R0 probably not. But this video is to entail her AI when it comes to the phase 2. Okay, the first time I did it. Okay, now she's just going for the main dude. Let me just try once again. Okay, there we go. She did the S3 on the dude on the front right. And that alone will make the run, your Kronos run inconsistent, because if she uses the S3 on the front unit, then the main dude in the middle is not going to die. There's no way in hell her AoE is going to one-shot the middle guy, because he has like 70,000 something HP. So yeah, her AoE is not going to one-shot the main dude. If she does her S3 on the main dude, then probably she can one-shot the wave 2. But then again, you need 100% crit rate on her, because she's not going to have a crit rate buff during the first 2 phases. Because the whole point of, if you have a Ggez, the whole point of summoning Leora for your Kronos run, I'm speaking specifically for Kronos, is so that she can reduce the clearance turn for wave 1 and wave 2 to 2 turns instead of 4 turns. Ggez clears it in 4 turns even though he goes first, because he takes an additional turn. With Leora, she's going to wipe that both waves with 1 attack, so it's only in 2 turns. But the AI will sometimes go for the front unit, which means the main guy will probably not die and you will probably mess up your runs. Your red twin will probably use his S3 onto the main guy, and then when it comes to Kronos, he won't have the S3 up, so you won't have his the defense break, and you're probably gonna lose the run. Yeah, that's the flaws of her Kronos. In Kronos, I think doesn't matter if she can one-shot, because her AI is kind of dumb, and that's basically my point in Kronos. And then in PvP, I think she's going to be great in a solo DPS tanky comms, but I already have a Ggez to use, a Chloe or a Lewis that I want to use if I need a solo DPS in the tanky comp. So this is my tanky solo DPS team comp. It works against pretty much all tanky defenses in Point War that doesn't have any buff strip. So if I were to put her in, right, it's still going to work just like that. It's going to work against a tanky defense with no buff stripper. It doesn't really change anything else. She's off typing, so she's going to be pretty bad against Hyde. Realistically speaking, do you think Hyde is ever going to be off meta? He has been in the game ever since the game launched, the global server, and he has been in the Point War defense meta ever since then. He has never faded away, not even in one patch. He is still the defense team, the defense unit in Point War from the start of the game. And the reason is because he adds so much RNG to the attacker. He has that Avatara procs, he can strip buff with his S1, he can't be controlled, he's tanky as fuck, he does a lot of damage. And you bring in Leora, she's not really gonna do much against a height. She's going to miss with a 50% chance. She could get counted. Her debuffs could get eaten by a height. Height is going to target her because she is off typing or type disadvantage. There's a slew of problems when you think of Leora in a single DPS comps against a height. Let's not say that she's bad. She is an amazing Esper, because if you look at her kit, right, she has a 2-turn invincibility on a 4-turn cooldown and a 2-turn standoff on a 3-turn cooldown. If you put her on Ocean Wave, she is not going to die if they don't have any buff strip. And yeah, her kit looks like she is going to be extremely top tier in RTA. But then again, who cares about RTA? RTA comes by once every like couple of months, 3 months, and it's only up for 10 days now. It used to be up for the whole month. Now it's only up for 10 days. I can't justify summoning a unit that is only going to be used 10 days in like a couple of months. That's mainly why I'm going to skip her. She doesn't really add much to my account. Alright, so this is my current Kronos team. I'll show you how it works real quick and why she's not going to be helpful. Right now I have my Red Twin move first, because if my Ggez moves first, I do have the set to make him one-shot both waves. But when it comes to Kronos, killing Kronos is not really consistent. So right now the Red Twin is going to use his S2 and Ggez will use his S3, and this is guaranteed to kill because Ggez targeting skill will always go towards like the target that is alive. He will not overkill on a single unit. That's basically how this team works. And if I were to run a Leora instead, the twin is going to start with the S3. She is going to use the S2 or S3 and then wipe. And then when the twin uses the S2, she's going to use the S3 on either one of these guys. If it's the front two dudes, then this guy is not going to die, because look at his HP. He still has a lot of HP, and Leora's AoE will not one-shot him. She could one-shot if she targets the S3 onto the main guy, but never on when she targets on the dude. And the other thing that she's not going to be consistent in is because her damage is going to rely on whether she lands that crit rate down or not. So let's say if you have like the perfect setup at R0 and you can one-shot this when she goes for this dude, right? But then you realize that you only one-shot when the enemy has that crit rate down. So when she misses that crit rate down, she probably is not going to one-shot this dude. And yeah, that's why she's like going to make your Kronos inconsistent if you try to go for like that speed run. This speed team has like a 95% win rate. It's pretty reliable. But when you add a Athena, it's probably gonna be like, it's not gonna be consistent. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, but yeah, she's not a bad unit per se. She has an irresistible single target strip. That is huge, especially when it comes to RTA. But and PvP as well, because it's something that you can rely on, right? You can 100% sure that she is going to strip that one unit and be done with it. And the other reason why I am going to skip her is because they have been hyping up the anniversary like crazy, pretty much. There's this VTuber thing, I don't know, her name is Super Camille. It's basically Camille but like a VTuber. And then you know Camille is Hati, right? You could probably get like Skull in our anniversary and she could be cracked, or we could go into the Japanese pantheon and get like, I don't know, man, Izanami, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Anniversary, bro. They just launched the JP server. It's a great time to like venture into like Japanese pantheon at that time. But who knows? Anniversary Esper could be completely busted. Leora is good at R0, but her resonance is completely pointless, I think, except for her R4. And this is why I'm going to skip. I only have 220 wish stones. I can pull one copy of her, but I'm going to wait for the next Esper's details before I decide whether I want to pull for her. So you don't really expect much showcase from me when it comes to Leora in the in the live server, because I probably won't summon for her. And the other thing, right here, I have 220 wish stones, so that's R1 of a unit. I have, what is that, 300, about 400 summons, and I still, till this date, look at this, I am a hoarder. You probably won't know what this box even is. Ripple Op box. Just read this description. I have been saving this thing up for ever since the game released this resource. I have not used a single one of them, and I'm just waiting for that one OP as fuck wink wink anniversary Esper to drop and just R6 the bastard, you know, and then just go to town, because I have basically enough. This is going to be 2 resonance plus a bit of extra, and 2 resonance from the wish stones, and then I have 400 summons, and I hopefully can get like at least 300 more wish stones from that, hopefully. And yeah, so that's basically my plan on Leora. I'm gonna wait until the next detail comes out. My advice to you, probably, if you don't have enough wish stones to R2 Ethan, so you need at least 300 wish stones, I would say don't summon for him. His R0, R1 is kinda useless. If you can't R2 him right away, I don't think it's worth it. His R2 though, he is cracked out, man. You should watch like Only Narmers. He does like this Narmer plus Ethan showcase, and it's so cracked out, man. But yeah, if you can't R2 Ethan, I would say don't go for him. Again, don't use your gold record. And it's not because whether the new anniversary Esper is going to be OP or whatever. It's the fact that anniversary could have a rebate event, and you don't want to spend your gold record when there's a rebate event potentially coming up. And so yeah, R2 Ethan or bust. You have about 17 hours left. Ashley, she is cracked out the wazoo at R0. I don't know, if you want to summon for her, there's no wrong in that. She is part of the fastest Kronos team. Also APAP, if I'm not mistaken, she is crucial in Speedcliff, in Point War. She's amazing in RTA, but again, RTA once every like couple of months for 10 days. But yeah, R0 Ashley, go for her if you like Speedcliff. Okay, so if you decided to skip this 2 completely, then when Leora comes out, I would say just wait for the next detail, Esper detail to come out before you decide to summon, because you don't want to summon for Leora if the next potential unit is going to be busted beyond belief. Because right now, Leora, she looks really good, but she's not busted. Yeah, that's about it. Ciao.